Hello, welcome back to a vlog. I thought it could be fun to try and do like a how to have a peaceful life, specifically as a school-based SLP, because I've seen people do this, full-time YouTubers who are like, how to have a peaceful life. While that idea of like being able to like have a slow morning and exercise at any point in the day that you want, or like, you know, go grocery shopping in the middle of the day. While that might be something that's realistic for a certain niche, it's not for mine, for my school-based SLP life. However, I do think it's important to do the same things, to be intentional about our time and to cultivate that peace in our everyday lives. And so I figured this week I could vlog, but in a way where we're talking about the things that maybe I do that could help inspire you, or even if it's not things I do, but maybe ideas I've seen shared or I've had about how to kind of cultivate that peaceful life as a school-based SLP. And I am specific about that because that is what I do. I'm on a school-based contract, so my hours look like school hours, and so I thought it would just be the most relatable for school-based SLPs, and then I can actually share, you know, things that are practical for me. However, if you're not school-based or if you're not an SLP, this could still be something that's valuable for you. I'm not saying that it's not. I just wanted to be clear that I'm coming from that lens. And so as I finish getting out the door this morning, I am going to make it a point to not rush, to just go with the flow. And if I'm a little bit late, I'm a little bit late, and it's gonna be great. Once we get into the speech room, I'll kind of give you the lay of the land and talk to you about what we've got going on the next couple days. As we talk about the things that I do when I'm here, when I'm there, to kind of curate that. Whoa! All right, she's full. Ooh, I did my nails last night. Like, I just cleaned up my cuticles, and I totally cut myself right here, and it is hurting. And I'm afraid to put hand sanitizer or anything on it. But we're in the speech room, and one thing that helps me, like, especially when you think of an SLP morning routine, something that I don't do first thing in the morning is check my email. I've talked about this before. I am just such a proponent of waiting until I've seen a student or two until checking my email. And for me, it's more of a mindset thing. It's like reminding me why I'm here. Because sometimes when you check your email first thing, you get inundated both in your mind and then also physically of like immediate. You feel like you have to immediately respond. You feel like you have to immediately do whatever they're asking you to do in that email or whatever. And sometimes it can really throw you. Like, sometimes you get an email that is maybe a little bit more negatively triggering or whatever. And so I find that if I see some kids collaborate with some adults, do like very like connecting things in the first part of my work day, then I'll check my email, but whatever it was, one, won't throw me as much because I have a connection. I have a reminder of my why already kind of established for the day. But then also, like, it helps you realize like nothing is that needs that much immediate attention and needs that much of your energy from the get-go. I don't know, it just helps me. Is that enough to say? Like, I highly recommend that strategy. I don't really worry too much about certain things. I was just looking for my phone. You're right here. All right, little lay of the land before I head up to the preschool classroom and teach the kids about the words put and on. We get to do the All Better book. Now, the kids are just coming out of community helpers, so they've talked about doctors. So I think this is kind of cute in that way, because then it's like they're kind of aware that, like, I don't know, if you get an owie, there's Band-Aids, go to the doctor, whatever. But I love using this for put and on because you're literally putting on the Band-Aid. One thing I didn't do in this book that I should have done is put core words for the kids to see, like adapt it. Maybe we'll have to do that at some point. We will be doing a couple pull-out sessions, a lot of push-in. I have a meeting this afternoon that's actually for another SLP's student, but she needed me to cover her meeting. And since we're on the AAC team together, it's fine because we all kind of play that same AAC implementer role. You know, your in-home speech, your in-home ABA, I think that it's easier for parents to have that like one-on-one modeling right there. But because we don't go in the home, we can only train like during the meeting or at school. I am stepping in for my friend to just talk about how the student is using his device, what they can be doing at home, and just make sure that parents are feeling a little bit more confident at the end. That would be my goal. At the end of this meeting, parents feel more confident in just having it accessible, you know, always out, always available to the child. We'll figure it out. These things kind of go like this with AAC and language development and all those things. So we'll figure it out. But anyways, I need to get to the preschool classroom. So once I teach put and on, we'll figure out what we're doing next. Definitely I need to do a couple makeup sessions. I have that on my list. So definitely going to be pulling a couple kids into the speech room.
Look, where are they?
Are they
5 pumpkins.
Wow. What do you see? I see.
I see ladybug.
Should we make it go?
Go.
Stop. Stop. I got the doggy. I got the doggy. I got the doggy. I got the doggy. Do you want the doggy?
Doggy.
I want doggy.
I want doggy.
Go again.
Go again.
Go again, doggy. Yeah, Bert. Bert. Lunch has been had. My hair has gone back because that's the nature of today. I am gonna go run circle time for the second group, and then actually might wait and see all the PM kids on Friday because I have enough time on Friday to do that. Today I have an SLP meeting at 1:45, which is still 2 hours away. Why don't we go do circle time and then just kind of see how I'm feeling and what I feel like I need to get done for the day. I also have to do my data and documentation from this morning, and there's quite a lot to document. Tuesdays after a 3-day weekend, it's like nice because you have a short week, but it's also there's a lot to do on Tuesday because you don't feel acclimated, you know? One thing that will make your life so peaceful as a school-based SLP, doing your billing day of. Day of billing really does save you like space in your mind is the best way I can put it. I know it's so easy to procrastinate on it and wait, and hey, if that method works for you, then fine. But in the schools, I find, especially with just how our days, like day-to-day schedules go and everything, and the paperwork that can really add up, it's just such a quick and easy thing to get done every day and not let accumulate, because I really work so hard not to take work home. To have one less thing like on my to-do list for like a Friday would be so nice, right? So that is something that I just completed, and I'm actually heading into a Zoom meeting, so I can't obviously be chatting with you during that, but we're literally going from the Zoom meeting, and then I'm heading out to an in-person meeting at another school site that's kind of far from here, so I've got to make sure I leave with plenty of time to travel and to park. Meeting went well. It's always so strange to go into a meeting with a team that I'm not familiar with. Fun part was the principal, the admin, was writing my name in the notes. I was like, wait, I know your mom. And I was like, oh my gosh, you do know my mom. She used to be my mom's vice principal when my mom was a middle school teacher. So it was just kind of cool to like make that connection, and yeah, it was really sweet. She had nothing but nice things to say about my mom, which always is like so nice to hear. But anyways, I am obviously home now, and one thing, even though it's quite a busy afternoon, we're leaving in 50 minutes for improv. I'm trying to sneak in a quick workout because I was gonna try and talk myself out of it, but in thinking about how I personally live a peaceful life, working out, exercising, moving my body is so powerful in that. And I've actually been amping up the workouts lately. I've been doing more of them, and it has been really helping, I think, my overall mental health in a busy season. It seems weird to like be like, oh, you're feeling busy, work out more. But honestly, I feel healthier. I have more energy. So I just think it helps me overall. So I'm getting ready to finish my workout. I just did my warm up, which is why I'm a little winded, but I'm gonna finish it up. It's a quick one today, but I wanted to just get it in. Even if it's like 10 minutes, I feel like it's good to get that, to keep that habit going and to do what is good for myself. Something exciting that I want to try, we'll try using this tomorrow morning in my smoothie, but I thought this is kind of perfect since we're kind of talking about wellness, health, peace, whatever. I recently connected with Armra colostrum. I've actually been wanting to introduce colostrum into my routine. So it was so perfect when they reached out to me and offered me a code for you to be able to try Armra colostrum if you wanted to. But I've heard really good things in terms of just overall health and wellness. Essentially, it helps strengthen your body from the cellular level, so like your skin, your lung, your gut barriers. It helps your microbiome, and it can act as an immune barrier. It helps your hair and skin, your metabolism. I'm excited to try it, and I'll put all my information in the description. And now I'm gonna go finish my workout, but we'll try this in our smoothies. Mark actually volunteered to, you can dry scoop this. I don't know, Mark, did you want to do it right now?
One scoop is all it takes. Yeah, kind of like what I assumed powdered milk would taste like, but a little less milky. I was already actually at full health, so I feel overpowered. Wow, pretty incredible.
All right, cool.
No glyphosate. That's pretty strong.
Now on to improv, the second part of keeping a healthy mind. Wore myself shoes. Don't want it. Yeah, you can use that.
Today happened, and I've barely talked to you. I actually just finished editing. Well, I'm in the reviewing stages of tomorrow's vlog that's going live. I hope you like it. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little discouraged right now with YouTube because my last video tanked horribly. But it's okay, it's part of it. It just is part of it. And the thing I love about YouTube is that I get to be experimental, and like if something doesn't do well, it's a good idea to like analyze it. Not, you know, I don't get too caught up in it because I still want to put out what I like to put out, and I have really thoroughly enjoyed that vlog. But it definitely was not what everybody else wanted, I don't think. So hopefully this one does okay. It's a really fun week in the life of an SLP. So I hope that, you know, you enjoy it. It's a little bit different than what my other ones are because Mark came to our school and read his book, and so it's just fun. But anyways, I'm editing or finishing that process, and today I was honestly so tired. So vlogging and working, like, again, when I talk about, like, not that I compare myself too much because I know I live a very different lifestyle than a lot of the vloggers that I do watch that are like full-time YouTubers or vloggers or content creators. This is part-time for me, obviously. And so if I currently, if I'm tired and I need to, you know, focus on being present, I need to prioritize where that presence is. And today my energy just needed to be very focused on the kids. And I felt really at peace with that because one, it's really just a mindset. It's like sometimes I feel like, oh, I should be vlogging more or whatever, but I really have to focus on what needs to be focused on and what I can allot time and energy for in that moment or space or environment. Wednesdays are hard to vlog. I actually don't always vlog on Wednesdays because it's very hard. I don't have an office to like stop and talk to you in and stuff. So it just makes it a little challenging because I cannot show too much, obviously, of like the actual kids. But it was a fun day. We led our center. The kids are thriving. I was telling Mark on my way home, I called him and I was like, it's been since about February for a couple of my kids with their AAC devices. They took them home over summer. I've been working with parents on, them using certain strategies. And so how long is that? Like 7 months or so. And things are like really, I'm just noticing, and both of these kids that have had it for the same amount of time, they're both very different kids, but it's just so cool to see that things are clicking. One student the other day, for the first time, we don't require him to carry his device with him. We model that by taking it with him and reminding him that it's his voice. But we've never been like, get your voice or get, whatever, because that's not where he's at yet. But we've been modeling a lot and he's been using his device a lot more socially. And the other day he picked up his device and came over to me and started interacting with me. Like he initiated. It was just so cool. And then today we had a student, we were prompting him to say good morning, just like we were prompting all the kids, like it's your turn to say good morning to your friends. And we, helped navigate, and he literally navigated out and hit no. He told us, no, I'm not saying good morning. And it was just so cool because they're starting to show a lot of autonomy with their communications. It's those moments. It's like, I want to we need cameramen to come in because I cannot recreate those moments to show the vlog. Like I can only tell you, but if you're a speech pathologist, you most likely understand the excitement of all of that. I think those are the updates. I'm just gonna finish my little editing journey here and make dinner. Hello, happy Friday. I didn't end up continuing on vlogging yesterday. It was such a wonky day. There's a bit of a sickness and an illness breakout in the preschool classroom here. So it throws everybody off because we're down so many kids. They're sending so many kids to the nurse throughout the day. This happens in preschool. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Not trying to be too dramatic about it, but I want to stay healthy. I'm just staying healthy out here. So it threw the whole day off. I didn't do any circle time lesson. I'm going to try and do it today, but none of the kids are here. So it's so hard. We did our center rotations in the morning, but in the afternoon there were only 4 kids, and we decided just to push in. We'll do our center another time. It is crazy. So today's Friday. It's a little bit of a flex day for me. I do have a list of kids to see this morning. And then I have a couple that I need to make sure I try and see in the afternoon, but I'm not going to push it. I think actually we might have gotten their sessions done yesterday, so I should be okay. But I have a little bit of traveling to do today. I'm dropping off more devices to another school site for some students to start their trials with Proloco to go. A couple of things as far as paperworky things. So I'm going to sit here on my computer and do that, get acclimated for the day. But it's gonna be a sweet day. Something fun tonight. I am going with my mom. She line dances. She has for years and years. And I used to go with her every once in a while. It was so fun. And I kind of want to start going with her again. And she invited me to go with her tonight. I I want to do more things that like get me out of my comfort zone a little bit. And I also want to do more active things. Like I've been really itching to like start hiking over the weekend, like once a week, go out and like get in nature or like move my body essentially. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just craving that. So I want to do it and I want to follow that stoke in a sense. So that's the plan for this evening, and I will take you along. I think it would be fun. Yeah. Head into the second part of my day, which entails dropping off this box of devices. There's 3 of them in there, like I said earlier. But I think what I'm gonna do is I have quite a few things to pack because on Monday I'm spending my day off-site at a meeting, which means I need to take like my work laptop, my iPad. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to transport, get to my car. So I'm gonna load up my cart. Oh yeah, we're chilling. We spent the morning outside for the whole morning class. I know it's important to pivot and just adjust my mindset with whatever happens, because life is gonna life. Taylor Swift says haters gonna hate, and I say life is gonna life. And you can be frustrated by it, and you can talk about how challenging it all is. And yes, things are challenging. Like, let's just call it like it is. Of course things are challenging. Like, that's how we learn and grow. But we can sit and dwell on how challenging it is, or we can be grateful that we can learn something from it. We can be grateful that we were put on this planet together to work together, to have each other, and to navigate the more challenging situations that help us grow. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got after this week. I had this moment during lunch where I just felt the negativity. I think we're all just kind of feeling some type of way. I have a couple hard cases. I don't talk about them too much on here. And maybe that would be a good idea to talk about, because I'm sure we all have our hard cases in whatever, field we're in. But I am definitely dealing with a couple of students, and I don't like to say dealing with, but the situation of it is we're navigating some tough things because our students have the needs that they have, and they have every right to be included. They have every right to be taught, but as one of their educators that care about them, figuring out how to teach them and how to meet them where they're at. It's challenging. There are things it's uncharted, and I've been dealing with that for the last couple weeks. And I had this moment at lunch today where we're all kind of talking about it, and I just had to remind myself in that moment, like, just sit here, just be here, just feel your breath. And that helped me so much, just letting myself focus on the breathing. It brings me back to a place of presence, but really it brings me back to a place of gratitude. Anyways, that's my quick thought. We gotta go deliver some communication devices, so let's go do that. I'm gonna go say bye to my team here, because after that I'm heading into a meeting, and then by then I'll be going home and we'll get to go line dancing. Sorry, today has been hard to document, but it's gonna get real fun, I promise. Just heading to my mom's to go line dancing. What a busy afternoon, but we'll do a cute little fit check when we get to mom's. My hair's being a little frizzy, but we're gonna go with it.